Okay, so for problem number 1, a shoe company is going to close one of its stores and combine all the inventory from both stores. These polynomials represent the inventory in each store. So store A has G plus 8 over 6, store B has 2/3 G minus 11 over 3, which expression represents the combined inventory of these two stores. So if these are my two inventories here, how do we combine them? We add them, right? So store A has G plus 8, 6. Store B, so we're adding that to store B, which is 2/3 G minus 11/3. All right, and how do we combine? Remember, we can only combine the terms that are alike. So I have a G here and 2/3 G there. So we already know this is 1. We have 1 G here. So what is 1 plus 2/3? How do we do that? In our calculator. Okay, so we do 1 plus, how do I put 2/3 in the calculator? I put it in parentheses. Why? Because it is a fraction. So we hit enter. I get a decimal. Let's turn it back into a fraction. Math, enter, enter, is going to give me 5 over 3 G. Alright, and the last ones I can combine is I have 8, 6 and negative 11 over 3. So again, I can do that on my calculator. 8 over 6, that fraction, and we're adding it to negative 11 over 3. And what does that give us? It gives us a negative decimal, so we're also going to turn that into a fraction. Math, enter, enter, and we're looking at negative 7/3, so minus 7/3. Alright, so our answer was B. Okay, now problem number 2, which expression is equivalent? So I'm looking at my answer choices. Okay, so they just took the expression and simplified it. So how are we going to simplify? Again, we're going to combine our like terms, but the first thing I need to do is I need to distribute. So I see that there is a positive 1 right here to distribute, and there is a negative 1 right here to distribute. Okay, so I'm not distributing the 6, so I'm just going to go on ahead and rewrite it. We know that this positive 1 times a negative 7, it's not going to change anything. So I still have a negative 7x. And again, the 1 to the 5 doesn't change anything. I still have a positive 5. Bring down my plus 29. All right, this is where the negative 1 we need to distribute. It will change. A negative 1 times a positive 5x is a negative 5x. And a negative 1 times a positive 1 is a negative 1. Okay, so we have to distribute the negative 1. The positive 1 is fine. Everything else stays the same. So again, we're combining like terms. You can only add up the ones that are like, similar terms, or like terms. So I have negative 7 plus a negative 5. For those of you who can't do it in your head, negative 7, and we're adding a negative 5. That leaves us with negative 12x. Okay. And then I have a 6, positive 6, plus 5, plus 29, minus 1. So what is that going to give me? 6 plus 5 plus 29 minus 1. So remember, we're adding all of them up. So 6 plus 5 plus 29 plus a negative 1. That gives me 39. So plus 39. And my answer choice is A. All right. So now let's look at number 3. Again, this is simplifying. So again, we have to just combine our like terms. But the first thing we got to do is we need to make sure we distribute. Okay, so you take whatever's attached and we multiply to everybody on the inside. So 4 times 1 gives me 4. 4 times a negative 2x gives me negative 8x. Now I have my negative 1 times my x gives me a negative 1x. Negative 1 times a negative 3 is a positive 3. And last but not least, I can go on ahead and combine. I have negative 8x here and a negative 1. Remember, there's that 1 there. Negative 8 plus a negative 1. That gives me negative 9x. And I have 4 here and 3 here. If I add that together, that gives me 7. So if you look at your answer choices, they just wrote it reverse, right? We have a positive 7 and a minus 9x. So my answer choice is A. All right, now, let's see. Alright, so let's look at number 4. Number 4 again is a simplifying problem, except this one is asking us for the perimeter, right? So that the diagram shows the floor plan of a storage facility. All the dimensions are given in feet. So the length is 6x plus 5, the width is 5x minus 3. Which expression represents the perimeter of the storage facility in feet? So again, I know perimeter is adding up all my sides. However, they only gave you these 2 sides. Why did they do that? Well, that's because this length down here is also 6x plus 5. This width over here is also 5x minus 3. So I'm adding all of it together. I'm adding this side. So I have 6x plus 5 plus this side, 5x minus 3, plus this side again, 6x minus 5. Oh, sorry, plus 5, plus 5x minus 3. Alright, again, we're combining, so you add up all the like terms. I have 6x here, 5x here, 6x here, and 5x here. If I add all that up, 6, 5, 6, 5. 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5. That's going to leave me with 22x. Right? And then I have 5 here, minus 3, plus 5, minus 3. So if I add all that up, I have a plus 5, a negative 3, plus 5, negative 3. 5 plus negative 3 plus 5 plus negative 3. Add all of it up. What does it give us? 4. So plus 4. So my answer was B. So 1 through 4, we're all simplifying, right? So combining like terms. You add up everything, and you add up all the like terms. Just make sure if you get parentheses, you are distributing, okay? A negative 1, do not forget that subtraction is a negative 1. You have to distribute.